a Model 3. It's like, well, okay, maybe somebody wants to buy a Model S for $35,000, $40,000, and they can have that today. And then when the Model 3 comes in, they can switch out to the Model 3 if they want. Model S is still going to be the, because more expensive car, bigger, there's more room for bells and whistles. It's it's still going to be our premium car. But anyway, so used Teslas are going to get a lot more attention on our website, yeah. So in terms of what changes are being made to address safety, so this is something we're driving really hard on every week, meeting with the safety team every week to say what can we do to make it better. And like I said, I think we're well on our way to having an injury rate that is half that of the rest of the auto industry and way better than any other car company. A key change that was actually already made late last year was having 3 shifts instead of 2. So a lot of the injuries would happen when somebody had like a 10, 11-hour day and you just get tired, and then that's when you tend to get injured. So having 3 shifts made a huge difference to injury rate, and then redesigning a lot of the processes to be a lot more ergonomic, and improving the fixtures and tooling. There's a lot of detailed work that needs to go into avoiding repetitive stress injuries, and but I'm really proud of what the safety team's doing, and I think we're making huge progress towards being the safest automotive company in the world. Well, I already talked about the Semi, so I mean, timing-wise, I'm guessing that we probably reach scale production on the Semi in about 2 years. Maybe 18 months, but probably about 2 years. And I already answered this. There will be continued improvements to the speed of supercharging. Yeah. Okay. Somewhat randomly, AAA of Southern California hugely increased Tesla insurance premiums. There is a simple solution: change your insurance provider. So, yeah. From the study we did, the average rate for insuring a Model S or Model X is about 5% lower than other premium vehicles, and if you actually pick the right insurance provider, it can be 20 or 30% lower. It's really hard for death or serious injury in an S or an X. You really have to, it's like hard to do that. Okay. We literally had one person go down, I don't know, like a 300-foot cliff/ravine, and they walked out of the car. And then with automatic emergency braking, which is getting better and better as the software improves, that actually helps a great deal with pedestrians and cyclists. And then because the Model S and the X have such a long crumple zone that's 2 to 3 times longer than a conventional automotive car that's got a big engine steel block in there, it means you actually are helping even the car that you hit, the combined crumple zone of both cars is substantially greater than if 2 gasoline cars hit. So it's not just you're helping safety with the safety is not just good for people in the car. It actually helps if you do have a collision with another car. And then the hood is designed to be like a sort of trampoline. Now it's not the funnest trampoline. But again, there's no big engine block that you're going to hit, so you can sort of, if you do hit a pedestrian, it's not a good time, but essentially the spring effect of having a hood that doesn't impact a big steel engine block is really makes a big difference to the lives of a pedestrian if one is hit. So yeah. Well, we offer a package deal. Well, I guess effectively, when you consider the installation cost of the roof, the power wall, and the home connector, technically it's not a charger, it's a connector. If that's done at the same time, then you could save $2,000 to $3,000 on installation costs of all things combined. So just by doing it at the same time, you automatically get a reduction in costs because it's just fundamentally more efficient than if one team visits than if 3 teams visit. And then, yeah, but we haven't currently considered a package deal, but yeah, maybe it's something to do in the future. So no decision on this, but like I said, actually it will cost less if you do it at the same time. In terms of new directors, so we've been interviewing a number of independent directors to add to the Tesla board. And I think we're quite close to making a decision, and I think we'll add at least 2, maybe 3 new directors. And I think from a broad range of backgrounds and industries. So I expect we'll probably make that announcement in the next month or 2 at most. But I think they're really some amazing people that'll be joining the board. Audio system insight. Yeah, I actually was just talking about that with the team today. I think there's quite a bit of room to improve the audio codec in the SX and obviously the 3, because it is a Tesla system, so we can just reprogram it to make it better with software. And I feel pretty confident that just with an over-the update, we can actually make the audio system sound quite a bit better. But it's, I think it's it's a good system, and yeah, it's going to get better. Yeah, we're going to have a huge increase in the number of service centers around the world. And for any places that are not covered by a service center, we have our mobile repair expansion, the Tesla Rangers. Will cover essentially anywhere on Earth. For Model 3 rollout in states that don't allow direct sales, as you may be aware, we get a lot of pushback from the dealer groups. I mean, they say that their mode of sales is superior. I'm like, okay, well then why would you want a legal block if people love it so much? It's like, doesn't make sense. But the answer is actually you can order a Tesla in any state in the country. So there's no limitation on ordering a car, and we can service anywhere in the country. So actually all you need to do is go on the website, order the car, and that's it. We can't do sales in stores in every state, but we actually sell in every state, and there are Teslas in every state in the United States. So all you need to do is just like order it like you're ordering something, from Amazon or Apple or whatever. Just go on the website and order it, and it shows up. It's like that. And then we take care of service. Well, really? Some of these questions, by the way, I'm seeing as you're seeing them. What do I do for relaxing? Well, may not shock you, but sports is not like a thing that I do a lot of. Do listen to music, particularly in the car. And we're actually, in terms of the music selection, I think there's going to be some exciting announcements in terms of how the music selection. I think it's very hard to find good playlists or good matching algorithms. We have something that works okay right now, but I think it could work really, really great. Yeah. But there'll be a few announcement on that later this year. I think this is going to be like the music you want to listen to. Yeah, I think. Well, at least I want to listen to it more than you. Yeah, we'll see. I do watch movies. I do love movies, and I used to watch a lot of them. Less these days because of work. I mean, I don't want to spend a ton of time on this question because I don't know if it's super relevant to Tesla, as a company. But I went and saw the Wonder Woman movie with my kids this weekend. That was great. Usually it's work more, though. It's usually work more. Yeah, hang out with my kids, see friends, normal stuff. Sometimes go crazy on Twitter. It's sort of with a little red wine, vintage record player, some Ambien. Magic happens. So, are you expecting a new plant to be built for the Model Y? Yeah, we are. I think the existing Gigafactory will probably supply in fact, will supply the battery pack and drivetrains and motor and power electronics for the Model Y. But the Model Y vehicle plant will be a new plant, essentially a new Gigafactory that we've got to figure out the exact location of. But there's just no room at Fremont. We are bursting at the seams. Honestly, if I ask people, what's their number one complaint? It's parking. It's okay, we practically had a riot the other day for parking. Sorry guys. What happens? We had a bunch of contractors come on site to install equipment for the Model 3, and we hadn't counted on the fact that there'd be 500 extra people that showed up to install massive amounts of equipment. So then, okay, parking lot was full, so therefore, it's like conservation of mass here, or conservation of volume. There's 500 people who can't park. Anyway, it's crazy how much parking lot is a pain in the butt. So we're bursting the seams at Fremont, so there's just no way we could do Model Y at Fremont, so it's going to have to be somewhere else. I think Fremont's just going to be really focused on, obviously, S and X, and then ramping up Model 3. I think we'll even have to transfer some of the things we do at Fremont to the Gigafactory just to allow for Model 3 expansion. So how do I allocate my time across different companies? So I think it's very important to appreciate that tweet frequency there's no correlation with what I actually do for a work basis. It's I might tweet a lot about the Boring Company, which is basically a hobby. It's I wouldn't even call that a real company at this point. It's got 3 people, some interns, and some part-time people. That's it. We're making pretty good progress for all that. But that's just kind of a fun thing to do, where there's no pressure. Everyone thinks you're going to fail, so it's okay, you can only, can only go up from there. So low expectations are great. But the Boring Company is maybe 2% of my time. Neuralink is 3 to 5% of my time. OpenAI is maybe a couple of percent. And then 90% plus is divided between SpaceX and Tesla. So depending upon, and it's probably slightly more Tesla. Tesla's like a drama magnet, so it's so I have to deal with Tesla drama. But on average, it's probably about half of my time is between SpaceX and Tesla. And there's a lot to be gained, knowing how rockets are done and how cars are done. In rockets, you have to work on very advanced materials, make things super light, and being able to translate some of that to automotive, I think, has been very, very helpful. So it does do some good there. But I just want to emphasize very clearly, 90% plus of my time is divided between SpaceX and Tesla, and then the remaining less than 10% is everything else. Like I said, I'm literally seeing